Okay, the title of this video is the five non-negotiable rules I use to stay profitable driving Uber and Lyft in 2026. All right, 5 non-negotiable rules to stay profitable driving rideshare driving for Uber and Lyft. Okay, so basically rules remove emotion. All right, so I've learned at my advanced stage in life at the age of 66 that I need to have rules to follow, like habits, right? Atomic habits to follow. And the more I'm able to follow those rules, the more my life works well, right? I recently saw an article and it said the question to ask yourself is not what do you want in your life? The question to ask yourself is, how much pain am I willing to endure for the things I want in my life? So that brings us to these rules, right? These rules, like getting up at 2 a.m. so that I can drive at 3. That's a habit, that's a rule, right? Because that works for me because I'm driving when other drivers aren't. But there's pain associated with that. Much easier to just sleep in, right? And drive when I wake up, which is how most drivers think, right? So you got these rules to follow. But I just want you to think about that question, how much am I willing to endure in order to achieve the things that I want to achieve? As a day trader, this is particularly relevant because so much of the time of day trading is spent just watching screens and not making trades. Even though everything in you want to make a trade, right? You want to take some action, but the smart money is just waiting on the sidelines for those one or two few, opportunities. And that's the pain, you got to endure the pain to have the things that you want in life. So this video is going to be about five non-negotiable rules. All right. I just wanted to lay a little context for you there, and stick around to the end. I'm going to share with you my final rule, which is very counterintuitive, which is also my most important rule for rideshare driving. So all that and a whole lot more coming up. Hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the Rideshare Guy. Got my mug, my custom-made Yeti mug from my daughter. I brought it back to Bangkok, and I'm drinking a double espresso with a little foam on top, put into my mug to keep it warm. Coffee. Isn't coffee like one of the best inventions? Probably sex is number 1, coffee is number 2. And then family, I guess. I don't know, they're all in the top 3. Right? By way of background, so after thousands of rides and like 32,000 rides in 10 years, I've learned that profitable drivers aren't the hardest working drivers, for sure, but they are the most disciplined. And if you're planning to do this for a long time, you just got to be smart about it, because it's really easy to burn out doing this gig, right? And if you burn out, then you're just going to be finding something else to do. I love driving. It's like the easiest thing for me at this point. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy interacting with the passengers and, doing a good service for people. It's really rewarding when you get a tip. But you got to follow some rules. You got to make some rules. And in 2026, that's even more important because it's more competitive now. More people are chasing less rides. Rule number one, never drive for less than I'm worth. Never drive for less than I'm worth. And as you can see in this image, there she is saying, hold on a second, this is not a good ride for me. So I think I say this in every video I make, but I think it's really important that you got to figure out what your number is and don't accept rides that pay you less than that. If you're driving in times where there's plenty of rides and you're running both apps and you got opportunities, so you're not desperate for pings, decline the ones that pay you, 25, 20, 15, whatever it is, whatever your number is, and just wait, right? Because the next ride could pay you a lot more. And I can't tell you how many times this happens every single day. I decline a crappy ride and then I get a banger. So know what you're worth and never drive for less than I'm worth. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, no waiting. No waiting. So you say, well, what can I do about that? Well, you can figure out when you can drive where the competition is the least. In my market, even though I keep talking about this, from 3 a.m. till 9 a.m. on the weekends is still gold. I still get tons and tons of rides. Figure it out. Figure out when's the best time for you so that you're not waiting. And the other thing I can say about that is if you are waiting, use that time to improve yourself. Listen to Audible. I'm constantly listening to books on my computer, on my phone. Listen to a podcast, right? There's a lot of great podcasts. Keep enriching yourself. So even though you're waiting, you don't turn that into this is really screwed. Turn it into an opportunity. Now, right. Number 3, avoid no return zones. So this happens, not every day, but you get these rides that are going to an area that is not going to give you rides coming back, right? So when I'm driving in Sacramento, I'll start in Roseville. If I see a ride that's going to a city called Folsom, I just know when I'm in Folsom. I don't know what it is about Folsom. Maybe it's just me in Folsom, but I rarely get a ride. And I have to drive like 15 minutes to get to Rancho Cordova, and then I start getting rides again. So you got to know your area. If you look at this image, there is my Honda Accord Hybrid Black that is on the surface of the sun. That is a no return zone, okay? You're not going to get a lot of rides there because nothing exists on the sun. So I think that paints a pretty good picture. Number 4, know when to quit. Know when to quit. So if I had to go back and do my full-time work again, I would drive in the morning, then I would stop, and I would go take a break, and then I would probably drive in the evening, and then sleep. What I did was I would drive like from 4 in the morning until like 2 in the afternoon, and there was like a lot of dead kind of time in the middle of the day. So that's when you would, if you find an area of time that's just not working for you, that's when you got to stop, right? Stop, go do something else. You got to figure out your market and figure out when is the time to drive. And just driving, just because you're driving and you're not getting rides, it's just wasting your time. So you got to know when to quit. Know when to quit. And as you can see there, he's quit. He's listening to Led Zeppelin, Achilles' Last Stand, epic song, and he's heading home. Right? He did what he could with the time he had, and instead of just driving around wasting time, he's happy. Right? He's happy. He said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm gonna head back home and do something else productive for myself." And number 5, and this is the counterintuitive rule: leave money on the table. Leave money on the table. So as you can see in the image, there's money on the table, right? So what does that mean? That means basically I'm saying rule number 1 again: be willing to walk away from rides that don't pay you well. That's there's a ride that's going to pay you say $15, and you're going to say no to it because it's only paying you $20 an hour. So leave money on the table. That's the major difference between now and what the way it was in the past. In the past, you could accept every ride, right? Everything paid you either 80% or everything either paid you the same miles and minutes. But then once we went to this upfront pricing, you got to be comfortable with saying, no, that's it. That's not worth my time. Leave the money on the table. Know your limits. Learn to look away, okay? So when I said that to myself, I immediately thought of this image, which is from the movie Bridesmaids. And if you haven't seen Bridesmaids, you need to go watch Bridesmaids. It's a very, very funny movie. And this is Melissa McCarthy saying, look away. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I don't want to blow it for you. Just go and watch the freaking movie. It's a pretty funny movie. And if you have seen it, you know exactly what's going on there when she's saying, look away. And you're probably chuckling to yourself. Okay, key takeaways. Key takeaways. Only you control your future, all right? You are an independent contractor. I am an independent contractor. We're all competing against ourselves to provide the best service we can for our passengers, to get the best rate that we can get per ride, and to get the most tips that we can get. And it's only up to you how you want to play it, right? You can play it like most people do, not follow rules, not even think about rules, just go out and drive every day. And whatever happens, happens, and, whatever. Or you can think about what rules do you want to institute that if you follow, it's going to make you the best driver possible, right? Or even bigger context, that's going to make you the best you possible so that it impacts all the other areas of your life, right? So the choice is up to you. I leave the rest up to you, okay? That's a line from The Matrix. So, great. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That really helps for more people to see the video. And go have a great day. Go tell someone you love them. Subscribe to our channel, okay? Get this great content every single day. Keep learning and learning and learning about rideshare driving. Maybe you don't want to drive people, maybe you want to drive food. We cover that as well. We cover all the developments, we cover all the rules change, we cover all the lawsuits, we cover all the union stuff, everything you could possibly want. I focus on strategy because that's what's important to me, and I kind of ignore all the rest. Because all that matters to me is that I enjoy the driving and I make as much money as I can. That's what supports me. But you do you. Okay, have a great day. Be safe out there. I'll see you next time. It's Jay Crater with the Rideshare Guy. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.